Still in local news, there are several changes in the weather pattern in the island owing to the effect of the cyclonic storm Thane. According to the Met Department, the cyclonic storm over the Bay of Bengal was centered about 300 kilometers northeast of Jaffna this evening. News First's Ramesh Irugal Bandara brings us more details about the current weather situation.
The average temperature that was predicted for today was 30 degrees Celsius. Now, if you look closely at this chart, we expect a lowest temperature of around 23 degrees Celsius. Moving on to Friday, we expect a highest temperature of 29 degrees and a lowest temperature of 22 degrees, which is a bit cold for the Colombo city. Moving on to Saturday, we will be experiencing a highest temperature of 31 degrees while a lowest temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at the current satellite images of Cyclone Thane. As you can see, the eye of the cyclone is currently in the Bay of Bengal, closer to India than Sri Lanka, and officials expect it to make landfall in India by midnight tonight. As you can see here, the outskirts of this cyclone are affecting Sri Lanka, and officials in Sri Lanka say that these current weather patterns that we are experiencing in the island are due to these weather conditions caused by Cyclone Thane. Let's also take a look at some of the media reports from India coming in. In Hyderabad, we see that high tidal waves are being experienced due to Cyclone Thane, and they are expected to continue throughout the next few days due to Cyclone Thane, which will currently move inland and make landfall in India later tonight.
The depression that prevailed close to the Indian east coast on the 23rd of this month developed into a cyclonic storm on the 26th. The cyclonic system is moving westward from its center, which is close to the Indian east coast. Meteorology experts predict that the cyclonic storm will hit Andhra Pradesh tomorrow.
The cyclonic storm is centered 200 kilometers from the east coast of Chennai. It is situated 230 kilometers east of the Pondicherry area. We believe that this cyclone will travel towards the west early tomorrow via Nagapattinam and the Pondicherry area in Chennai. The seas will be rough owing to this cyclone, and we urge the fishermen not to engage in fishing activities. There can be heavy showers to the north of Tamil Nadu area. Waves can be a few meters higher than normal.
Meanwhile, the Met Department says that owing to the cyclone, shallow and deep sea areas off the coast extending from Mannar to Trincomalee via Jaffna will be very rough.
So because of this tropical cyclone, the deep sea and the shallow sea from Mannar to Trinco via Jaffna will be very rough. We are advised to the people not to go there to fishing for other purposes to that area, because it is very, very dangerous. Jaffna Peninsula and the Mannar district, there will be intermittent rain and strong wind, and rest of the northern province and the eastern province, we are expecting occasional showers.
One may wonder whether this is a typical morning in Norelia or in the central hills of Sri Lanka. This, in fact, is how Colombo city looked this morning, with a heavy mist enveloping most areas.
It is very cold. It is very chilly in the Gaul area these days.
It is much cooler than usual and we like it. We cannot sleep at night and it is difficult to wake up. It is very cold.
The lowest temperature recorded in Colombo city in 60 years was reported on Tuesday night. The temperature dropped to 18.2 degrees Celsius. Incidentally, the lowest temperature recorded in Colombo was on the 1st of March 1961, when the temperature gauge read 17.7 degrees Celsius. Here are the temperatures reported from the main cities in the island today. Meanwhile, the Met Department states that the winds that travel across India, including from the Himalayan region, have been drawn towards Sri Lanka due to the cyclonic system, bringing about cooler temperatures across Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to Sports First. Starting off with cricket news, Sri Lanka registered its first ever test victory against South Africa in South African soil by beating the host by 208 runs on day 4 of the second test match in Durban. Earlier, Sri Lanka were bowled out for 279 runs in their second innings to set up a target of 450 for South Africa. The 3-match test series is currently levelled 1-1. Sri Lanka resumed batting in their second innings on an overnight score of 256 runs for the loss of 7 wickets. Sri Lanka lost their last 3 wickets for just 23 runs and were bowled out for 279 runs to set up a challenging target of 450 runs for the hosts. Kumar Sangakkara top scored for Sri Lanka in the second innings with 108 runs, while Dale Steyn bagged 5 wickets for 73 runs for South Africa. Chasing a target of 450, South Africa lost wickets at regular intervals as the batsmen who got off to a good start failed to convert them into big scores. Hashim Amla contributed 51 runs, while South African skipper Graham Smith managed 26 runs in the top order. However, middle-order failure helped Sri Lanka gain the upper hand once again, despite a resilient 69 by AB de Villiers. In the end, South Africa were bundled out for 241 runs, handing Sri Lanka a much-awaited test victory.
I'm going to hear up. We were wondering if he could win a match for Sri Lanka, and he goes on to prove that he can, given the opportunity. It's been a long while that the Sri Lankans would.
With that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime News. Don't forget, we are on the World Wide Web at www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Sonali Wanigabaduke.
And I'm Ravi Gamge. Thanks for watching. Good night.